Hello folks, and welcome to Summer Road Adventure here on WTAJplus.com and also on Facebook if you're watching. Hello, how are you? I know sometimes we get the highs and hellos, but we can't see the comments as it's happening. So a preemptive hi, hello, how are you? This is day 9 of our Summer Road Adventure, and we are having so much fun going through all of these different counties. Today we are in Jefferson County. I'm standing right here in the historic Brookville Square. They put this nice, beautiful place to get here together in 2016. Absolutely awesome. I know we were playing some chess over here, some of the large chess over here. That was a lot of fun. But we've definitely been many different places in Jefferson County, making several different stops. We want to thank everyone for hosting us. And the only way that we can get to these places is our Ansley RV. So thank you to Ansley RV for giving us our vessel, our 5th member of the Beatles, our 12th man, our office, all of the things it's been for us. It's been really great having that as a resource as we go through all of our trips. Now, one of the first stops that we made was in Punxsutawney, and obviously, you know, it's the home of Punxsutawney Phil. But there is more to meet the eye, folks. So let's bring in Darby Sparks. Some of the video that they're seeing right now, Darby, is of the new visitor center that's being put up at Gobbler's Knob. But you learned that it's not just about the groundhog in Punxsutawney.
No, it isn't. So Punxsutawney wants to make the Groundhog Day a starting point, but really there's an entire weather discovery center. There are trails all over the place, and really it's just a beautiful city, a beautiful downtown. So take a look. The pop culture classic film Groundhog Day put Punxsutawney on the map.
Globally, and we're very fortunate for that.
Thousands of people come to Gobbler's Knob each February to watch Punxsutawney Phil predict spring. Punxsutawney is even building a brand new headquarters for the event due to its increasing popularity. But Robert Cardamone, the executive director for the Punxsutawney Area Chamber of Commerce, says Groundhog Day is just one of many things that makes Punxsy great. The community, affordable lifestyle, scenery, and summer festivals all add to the charm of Punxsutawney.
Our goal is, that is their prime destination, but it's just an opening to Punxsutawney in general. Punxsutawney has so much else to offer.
And you're absolutely right. There's a lot more than just the groundhog. I know I've been up there for Groundhog Day twice, but there's a nice little downtown there. There's a lot of different things you can do there that isn't groundhog related.
Yes, and actually in September they're having this little thing called Blues, Brews, and Barbecue.
Blues, Brews, and Barbecue.
I actually got a couple tickets, and I cannot wait to go down there for that. So
awesome, Darby. Thank you so much for that. And as you said, folks, we're going to different places, we're interacting with different people, and learning a little bit more about all these different places we've been visiting. I know I've been there, and Nick's been to a lot of these places several times. Bringing in some of the new people, we're actually learning a lot of new things. So let's bring in another one. We have Sean Rappy here, where we're in Brookville. And I gotta say, this was one of my most excited for these trips. This trip right here was excited because I'm a huge baseball fan. Sean, are you a baseball fan?
Yeah, even if you're just a big sports fan, it's an awesome place to go to. So we went to a bat place. It's BWP Bats.
BWP Bats in Brookville.
30,000 bats a year come out of this place, whether they're selling them as souvenirs or to actual baseball players, but 30,000.
That's a lot of bats. I mean, think about it. Players break bats all the time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like a little twig.
Sometimes, but not the BWP bats. They're nice
no. Those are a different breed. So let's take a look at what we were able to talk about earlier with them and the process on how that goes in actually making a bat. BWP Bats is putting Brookville on the baseball map. The bat maker has been serving hitters around the diamond for 20 years.
We just shipped a couple bats overseas yesterday, so they go from anywhere in the United States to around the world.
Vice President of BWP, Josh Johnson, says the week-long process starts with trimming down the bat. Next, 3 stages of sanding, followed by attaching multiple layers of paint.
Dry.
After all of the coats have dried, the bat needs to be stripped, cupped, and finally laser engraved.
Yes.
Johnson says one of the coolest things is getting a personal bat.
Most of the time people are surprised that they can actually walk out of here with a bat with their name on it that day. So that's a pretty neat part about here.
So really cool stuff, and two big MLB players that actually use those bats in Justin Morneau and Johnny Damon.
Justin Morneau won a home run derby using those bats, which was pretty cool. And also currently Miguel Sano of the Minnesota Twins. We saw the engraving happen on one of his bats. Now that was just kind of like a practice, so that one we won't get to see that go and see Miguel use it, but it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and we even got our own bat. We don't have it here right now. It's in one of the vehicles, but really cool just to see that entire process.
Yeah, with the WTAJ logo and everything like that. The way that they can do that, and it's not like a huge operation there either. They're working hard there.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, thank you very much. And a lot of different stops that we've been to today, and one of them was really interesting, and we kind of see a lot of this when we're in this area. A lot of different nature stops or anything agricultural is really nice. And this one really took the cake. I never thought I'd be up close to a deer before, but Double Diamond Deer Ranch is on Route 36, right outside of Brookville, and it's a really neat place. They have their deer there, where you can actually feed and pet the deer, and it's kind of like a really family fun atmosphere, because if you're a big hunter, there's also the museum there. It has a lot of the big game trophies, some of the replicas of world record bucks and deer. So a lot there that you can really get involved with. They have these playgrounds there too that have police cars and fire trucks that have turned into playgrounds. Really interesting space to stop by. And they've actually been there at that ranch for 30 years. That's when Rusty Snyder and her husband had gotten involved into deer breeding, and they've come up with funny names with Santa's reindeer, some of them. They've done TV shows, Starsky and Hutch we met today, which was pretty cool. But it's one of those things where people visit for the first time and they get so attached. Here's what Rusty had to say about visitors and why they keep coming back.
Probably 9 out of every 10 families who go through come back out and say, I'm going to remember this and I'll be back. And that's why we're still here 30 years later. Some of our customers have been coming every year for that whole 30 years because they all get a favorite deer and, they get attached.
A lot of different cool stories from Rusty, who's been doing that, as I said, 30 years. That's a long time, and they're so attached to their deer there, and it's really, it's like having pets, which is weird because you don't think about that with deer, because you think that deer are so skittish, and we got to feed them apples. It was a great time. So thanks for Rusty for having us there. Let's bring the team back in as we wrap up our day 9 of Summer Road Adventure on WTAJplus.com, Jefferson County. One more stop, guys.
One more stop.
I'm sad to see it ending.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. We've been in our RV, thanks to Ansley, and going all the different places, and we've seen a lot of different places. I think probably Cambria County and Blair for you were probably the only ones that you've been to before this.
Yeah,
right?
You'd be right.
And
Center County, Blair, Cambria County.
Yeah. We don't really, when we're working out of the Altoona office or the Johnstown office, it's hard sometimes to get up to, like Jefferson County. So it's nice to be able to check this out. I know, Darby, you had mentioned about the downtown here. Like, it's fantastic. It's fantastic coming in here. All the little stores and stuff.
It is. It's really beautiful down here, and I was so excited, like I said, to see Punxsutawney, because I heard about it growing up over in the Pacific Northwest, and so it's just been really exciting getting to see really all of central Pennsylvania over the past 9 days.
9 days.
Getting to know everybody, so yeah.
It's been a lot of fun, folks. Day 10 is tomorrow, where we head to Somerset County. If you have missed any of our coverage for the last 2 weeks and been living under a rock or something, I don't know, go over to WTAJplus.com. We have all of our different stories from all the different counties, including some behind-the-scenes looks of Sean dancing and Sean roller skating, and Sean did a lot of stuff. Sean this, Sean that. As Devin likes to say, we learn a lot about Sean every day. So if you've missed any of that, go to WTAJplus.com. Also, if you're following along on our journeys, hashtag Summer Road Adventures, where you can find all of those posts on social media, and you can also follow us. Okay, you ready to move on to the next adventure? You guys ready?
Ready.
All right, for Darby Sparks, Sean Rapp, I'm Jordan Tracy. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow in Somerset County.